Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Professor Hannu Juusola, representing the University of Helsinki and Middle Eastern Studies here. You are almost welcome to this seminar entitled "The Challenge of ISIS" seminar and panel discussion. One of the important tasks of our discipline is to take up questions that are important at the moment, and I guess all of you agree that ISIS or ISIL or IS or whatsoever Daesh is one such question right now. This seminar is organized in cooperation with us and then Iraqi Cultural Forum.
So welcome on our behalf as well.
Okay, and in terms of our program today, we have first welcome words by Excellencies Dr. Saad Jawad Tindil, Ambassador of the Republic of Iraq, and Dr. Sayyid Rasul Musawi, Ambassador of the Islamic Republic of Iraq. And after that, we have three speeches giving a general introduction to our topic. We have a senior advisor from CMI, Ilkka Uusitalo, who has a long experience in Iraq. And then we have researcher Man Al-Jumaili from Sweden, and assistant researcher Juha Saarinen from Finnish National Defense University. And Juha is also a PhD candidate at our department. And after that, starting at 3 p.m. we have a panel discussion where we have, in addition to Man Al-Jumaili and Juha Saarinen, Muhassad Rami Al-Mudafar.
Muhassad is
over there. He's a political scientist and activist, but unfortunately, Field Officer Joel Alberg from Folke Bernadotte couldn't come here today. Ilkka Uusitalo unfortunately needs to go to the airport, and therefore he cannot participate in our panel. And after the panel, we still have plenty of time for discussion and comments. I'm sure that there will be differing opinions and comments from the audience as well. These are highly important for this seminar. And we try to end by 4:30. Okay, thank you very much once again, and Mr. Ambassador.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I would like first, good afternoon, in fact. I would like first to thank organizers of this seminar, particularly the Haidar Hulu and the association, the Cultural Association of Iraqi Finnish, and also Professor Hannu Juusola of University of Helsinki, for organizing such important seminar to inform the Finnish public opinion about who ISIS is and the scope of threat of ISIS. It's a very important seminar. I welcome this activities. We encourage such activities to continue to inform the world opinion, not just Finnish opinion, about the threat of ISIS. ISIS is posing a threat to all over the world. Of course, the biggest threat is to Islam, mainly by misinforming the Muslims and using Islam as a banner to progress their deviated ideas, which is deplored by everybody, by all Muslim authorities, by world public opinion, by humanity. such acts of terrorism, when you see their actions, cannot be related whatsoever to the noble religion of Islam. The main victims of ISIS are Muslims. Their arena of activities is in the Islamic world, and therefore the biggest victims of ISIS are Muslims and the Muslims' world. Their threat, not just by killing, by stealing, by denying the freedom of people, but it is a big threat of spreading the wrong idea about what Islam is. What they try to do in Iraq is to use the banner of religion to spread sectarian differences between Sunnis and Shias, so that they thrive on this threat. Before that, the sister organization Al-Qaeda, who have very similar principle, very similar basis of operation. They tried to do that in 2005 in Iraq, but they failed, mainly because of the religious leadership in Iraq, but in particular represented by Ayatollah Sistani in the holy city of Najaf, who has issued a verdict for all his followers not to respond to any threat of killings. And he has got very noble sayings that even if they kill half of the Shia, 50% of the Shia, who are the majority in Iraq, then the Shia must not respond against the Sunnis, so that they fulfill their target of making sectarian problems between Sunnis and Shias, and that is where they come and they try to show themselves as a protector of one sect against the other sect. In this way, Al-Qaeda has been finished in Iraq. They had no basis to work. Then come the ISIS, who is an offshoot of Qaeda, but there's a little bit more sophisticated. Al-Qaeda propose themselves as an organization, whereas the ISIS propose themselves as a state. And Al-Qaeda sometimes they have got some principles to follow. For example, it is not known that Al-Qaeda killed children, but ISIS does. No, they have got the principle that the means justify the aims, and therefore they do everything, and their main tool of achieving their target is to spread terrorism, is to make people fear them, and out of fear people follow them. And they show that they have got followers. They don't have any followers, but people fear them because of the way they spread their threat in Iraq. Not only they are a threat in Iraq, they are a threat to the region. In Iraq, of course, they have controlled some cities in Iraq. They have spread killing, stealing,
They destroyed archaeological and historical important places. They have degraded women. They have put control on the resources, some resources of Iraq, like oil. They have stolen banks to finance their operation, and they did so much of these act of terrorism, but that is what they did in Iraq, and also they did similar things in Syria. They started in Syria, and now they moved in Iraq, and Iraq is not going to be their final destination, as they have changed their name from ISIS to IS, Islamic State, which means they assume their state, the authority of their state is global, is all over the world. So they intend to move from Iraq to neighboring countries first, and then so on. So therefore, all neighboring countries of Iraq also are under threat of ISIS: Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Iran, and even Turkey, although they are now making use of Turkish lands and Turkish facilities to enter and infiltrate from Turkey into Syria, and used to use Syria also to infiltrate into Iraq. But it is well known that, okay, maybe today they are making use of such Turkish facilities, but tomorrow they will turn against Turkey. They will turn against all those countries, and they will not stop there. They declared that they will move to North Africa, and they want eventually to impose their authority on all Muslim countries. In fact, they are a threat to the world, not just regional or not just Muslim countries. They are a threat to the world because they have got people recruited from 80 countries in the world, believe it or not. And there's no certain statistics about their numbers, but there are certain statistics about the countries they are recruiting from. The minimum I heard are 40 countries. The maximum I had 80 countries. Almost all the European countries, they have got members of ISIS in them. It's been public opinion that at least 40 from Finland have been recruited as members of ISIS. Of course, those 40 are those who have traveled to Iraq or Syria and took part in terrorist activities. This does not include any sleeping cells who might be in any European country, Finland or others, who might act when they are instructed to. In this way, ISIS is a threat to the world. It's a virus that has to be eliminated and terminated, and it would never be terminated without cooperation of the world. In this way, when they use such logistics, such financial support, such human support from all over the world, the world community need to put hands together and do something to rid the world from this evil organization or evil people. We have heard that the United States have called for a coalition of some countries to fight Daesh, but of course that is on its own not enough, because what we need to fight Daesh is not just a military activities. It has to be on military front, on political front, and economic front. So we need a total and complete global cooperation to help get rid of Daesh. What we are doing in Iraq, we are acting on all three fronts. There are lots of activities that the Iraqi security forces are acting in the field, on the land, to fight those terrorists. And of course, the resources that we have in this way is not enough, and we do need the support of the world to achieve the target of fighting Daesh. We are also acting on the political front, which is trying to consolidate the unity of all components of Iraqi society, consolidate the unity of all political parties in Iraq, to have a united stand against ISIS, so that they do not make use of any sectarian difference that their sister organization Al-Qaeda has tried and failed, and they will also fail to achieve that. And we have just formed a new government in Iraq, which include all political parties in the parliament. We don't have an opposition in our parliament because we are in such critical and special circumstances, and therefore everybody need to participate in this government to have such a united political front against ISIS. And also there are cooperation on the human front. This is very serious matter for Iraq. We do need support. We have 2 million refugees who has fled from cities and part of Iraqi land which is controlled by ISIS, and they don't have now any place to live on, proper place. They have fled their houses, they have fled their jobs, and they are living in the open, and therefore lots of humanitarian relief is required to help those people to live at least on a temporary basis until they have the opportunity to return to their homeland. This is another front that we are working on, which we need the world support. And I think with this kind of seminar, we'll try to inform such public opinion of the need that the world need to put their hands together to fight this common threat to everybody. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr.